Let me tell you about a woman named Danielle. She was 64 years old, she had diabetes for 8 years, and every single morning she sat down to eat what she believed was a healthy breakfast. Oatmeal, a banana, a glass of fresh orange juice. Sounds good, right? But every morning, 1 hour after that breakfast, her blood sugar shot up to 210, sometimes 220. Her A1C, that's a 3-month average of your blood sugar, like a report card for your glucose, was stuck at 8.2%. She was doing everything she was told, and nothing was working. When she came to see me, she was exhausted, not just physically. She was tired in her soul. She sat down, put a folder of lab results on the desk, and started to cry. "I've done everything right," she said. "Why isn't my body responding?" I looked at her breakfast and I understood immediately. The problem wasn't her effort. The problem was one food she had stopped eating 2 years earlier because someone told her it was dangerous: eggs. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why eggs might be the most powerful breakfast tool a diabetic person can have. And more importantly, why the way you've been cooking them could be making everything worse. Stay with me until the end, because what's coming will change how you look at your refrigerator forever. Here's something most people don't know. Not all foods hit your blood sugar the same way. Think of your bloodstream like a highway. Some foods are like 100 cars entering that highway all at once. Instant traffic jam. That traffic jam is a blood sugar spike. Other foods are like a traffic officer at the entrance, slowing the cars down, letting them in one at a time. No jam, no spike, smooth flow. Protein is that traffic officer. And eggs. Eggs are one of the best sources of protein you can find. 2 whole eggs give your body about 12 grams of high-quality protein. That's the kind your body can actually use with all the building blocks it needs and cannot make on its own. And here's the number that surprises most people. The glycemic index of eggs, that's a score that measures how fast a food raises your blood sugar, is 0. Not low, 0. Eggs by themselves do not raise your blood sugar at all. Now, I need to talk about the reason so many people stopped eating eggs in the first place: cholesterol. For decades, doctors told us eggs have cholesterol. Cholesterol is bad for your heart, so don't eat eggs. Danielle's previous doctor told her exactly that, so she switched to oatmeal and juice. But here's what the newest research actually shows. The cholesterol you eat in food is not the main thing driving cholesterol levels in your blood. Your liver makes cholesterol on its own, independently. What tells your liver to make more bad cholesterol isn't eggs. It's refined sugar and trans fats. Think of your liver like a factory. The manager, that's sugar and bad fats, gives the orders. Eggs aren't even in the building. In fact, studies in major medical journals found that eating whole eggs regularly can actually improve your cholesterol. It raises HDL cholesterol, that's the good kind, the one that protects your heart, like a cleanup crew in your arteries. And it changes LDL, the kind people worry about, from a small, sharp form that can damage blood vessel walls to a larger, rounder form that causes much less harm. Danielle stopped eating eggs to protect her heart, but that decision was quietly making things worse every single morning. Now, here's something I want you to promise me right now. Stop throwing away the yolk. I know for years you were told, keep the white, throw the yellow. But that advice was based on old information. Modern science has looked at this again very carefully, and the conclusion is clear. The yolk is where almost all the good stuff lives. Let me show you what's inside it. Choline. Your liver needs this to process fat properly. Think of choline as the cleaning crew for your liver, keeping it running smoothly so it doesn't get overloaded. For diabetics especially, a healthy liver matters enormously. Vitamin D. This helps your cells respond better to insulin. Insulin is like a key that opens the door to your cells so sugar can enter and be used for energy. Vitamin D helps make sure the lock on that door is working properly. Many diabetics are low in vitamin D without even knowing it. Lutein and zeaxanthin. These are 2 natural compounds that protect your eyes. High blood sugar over time can damage the tiny blood vessels in your eyes, like rust slowly corroding a pipe. These 2 compounds act like a shield. And if there's one thing a person with diabetes must protect, it's their eyesight. B vitamins. These support your nerves, the ones that run from your spine down to your feet. Think of nerves like electrical wires in your house. When blood sugar is high for too long, those wires start to fray. B vitamins help. Keep them insulated and working. This is what prevents that tingling or numbness in your hands and feet that so many people with diabetes start to notice over time. Eat the whole egg, every bit of it. Here's where most people get it wrong. They hear eggs are good for diabetes and they go fry 2 eggs in butter, serve them with white toast, and wonder why their blood sugar is still high. The egg isn't the problem. Everything around it is. Frying eggs in oil or butter adds saturated fat. Pairing them with white bread adds fast carbohydrates. Together, that combination can push your blood sugar up to 200, just as fast as a bowl of cereal would. The egg itself is innocent. The preparation is the problem. Here are 3 simple ways to cook eggs that actually help your blood sugar. Scrambled without oil. Here's something most people don't know. Eggs have enough natural fat in them to cook without sticking. Just use a good non-stick pan. Medium heat. Stir gently. For 2 to 3 minutes. Creamy, soft, perfect. No oil needed. Boiled. The simplest method. Put eggs in cold water. Bring to a boil. Cook for 10 minutes for a firm yolk. 6 minutes if you like it softer. You can make these the night before and keep them in the fridge. Grab and go in the morning. Vegetable omelet. Beat 2 eggs. Pour into a non-stick pan without oil. Add spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, whatever you have. The vegetables add fiber, which makes the blood sugar slowing effect even stronger. And the volume fills you up without adding carbohydrates. Tell me in the comments, how do you usually make your eggs? I read every comment. Cooking the egg right is step 1. Step 2 is what you put on the plate next to it. Avocado is the perfect partner. The fat in avocado is the healthy kind. It doesn't raise your blood sugar. Instead, it slows digestion down even further, like putting the traffic officer and a second helper on the highway at the same time. Spinach is full of magnesium. Think of magnesium as a helper that makes insulin work more efficiently, like oiling a rusty lock so the key turns more smoothly. Many people with diabetes are low in magnesium without realizing it. Tomatoes, peppers, and mushrooms are all excellent, low in carbohydrates, high in fiber, and they add volume to your plate so you feel genuinely full. This combination, 2 eggs cooked without oil, half an avocado, a generous pile of vegetables, can keep your blood sugar stable for 4 to 5 hours. You reach lunch without hunger, without cravings, without that desperate reach for something sweet at 10 o'clock in the morning. Let me be very direct about 3 things that quietly destroy everything you're trying to do. Mistake 1, frying in olive oil. People think olive oil is healthy, so it must be fine. And olive oil is healthy when you use it cold on a salad. But when you heat olive oil at high temperatures, it changes. Its protective properties break down, and you end up adding extra fat your body doesn't need when the egg already has its own natural fat built in. Mistake 2, drinking orange juice with breakfast. This one surprises people. Fresh squeezed, homemade, natural, it doesn't matter. Juice is liquid sugar. When you remove the fiber from an orange by juicing it, what's left enters your bloodstream very fast. For a diabetic person, a glass of orange juice at breakfast can spike your blood sugar almost as quickly as a soda. Eat the whole orange instead. The fiber inside it acts as a natural brake. That traffic officer again, slowing sugar absorption significantly. Mistake 3, adding processed meats or fake cheese. Ham, sausage, packaged cheese slices. These are loaded with sodium and chemical additives. They raise blood pressure. They bring nothing useful to the plate. If you want cheese, choose fresh cheese or a small amount of cottage cheese. Real food, simple ingredients. I want to tell you about James Taylor, 58 years old, quiet man. He walked into my office 7 months ago and put his lab results on the desk without saying a word. He just looked at me and waited. His A1C was 8.6%. His fasting blood sugar averaged 178 every morning. He had been on metformin, a diabetes medication, for 3 years. Every morning, he ate 2 fried eggs, refried beans, and 3 corn tortillas. He thought he was doing well. Eggs have protein. Beans have protein. He wasn't wrong about that. But the oil for frying, the fat in refried beans, and 3 tortillas together created a blood sugar spike every single morning that his medication couldn't fully control. I suggested one change, just one. Boil or scramble the eggs without oil. Switch from refried beans to whole beans with less fat. Drop from 3 tortillas to 1 and add vegetables to fill the plate. That was it. Nothing else changed. 3 weeks later, James came back. For the first time since I'd met him, there was a small smile on his face. My morning numbers are 145 to 155 now, he said. They never went below 170 before. After 4 months, his A1C had dropped to 7.8%. His regular doctor asked him what he had done differently. James answered the way he always answered, simply, I changed how I cook my eggs. Here's something that surprises almost every patient I share it with. Eggs aren't just for breakfast. When you eat high-quality protein at dinner instead of rice, bread, or tortillas, something interesting happens while you sleep. Your liver is working all night. One of its jobs is releasing a steady stream of glucose sugar into your blood as you sleep. When you eat mostly carbohydrates at dinner, your liver tends to release more of that sugar overnight, and your morning fasting blood sugar reflects that. But when your dinner is built around protein, like 2 eggs with vegetables, your liver releases glucose in a slower, more controlled way overnight, like a tap turned down from full blast to a gentle drip. For some people, this one change alone produces a difference of 15 to 20 points in their fasting blood sugar reading the next morning. Here's exactly what you can start doing tomorrow. No complicated rules to memorize. Breakfast, 2 eggs scrambled without oil or 2 boiled eggs, half a ripe avocado, a generous portion of vegetables, spinach, tomatoes, peppers. If you want something extra, add 1 small slice of dense whole grain bread. The kind with seeds you can see, not the soft, fluffy kind, but eat the eggs first. Always eggs first. When protein is already in your system, the carbohydrates from the bread cause a much smaller rise in blood sugar. Mid-morning. If you're hungry before lunch, 1 hard-boiled egg prepared the night before with a small handful of nuts or almonds. This barely moves your blood sugar and keeps you satisfied for hours. Dinner. A simple 2-egg omelet packed with whatever vegetables you have. No bread, light, filling, and powerful for your morning numbers the next day. This part is important, and I don't want you to skip it. If you take metformin, eggs are completely safe with it. No interference at all. You can eat them with full confidence. If you take insulin, please let your doctor know when you start eating more protein at breakfast. Protein can make insulin more effective, which means your blood sugar might drop lower than expected. That's not necessarily bad, but your doctor needs to know so they can look at your dosage. Always keep your healthcare team informed when you change your diet, especially if you're on medication. One more thing about egg quality. Organic pasture-raised eggs do have slightly higher levels of omega-3 fats and vitamin D compared to regular supermarket eggs. If you can get them and afford them, they're a great option. But if you can't, regular eggs are still an extraordinary food. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. The benefit of eating eggs the right way every day is far greater than the difference between organic and conventional. I want to leave you with one clear thought. Eggs were never your enemy. The enemy was wrong information and wrong preparation, and a breakfast built entirely on fast carbohydrates with nothing to slow them down. When Danielle finally understood this, she called me 2 weeks after changing her breakfast. Her voice was completely different from that first visit. My blood sugar after breakfast is 140, she said. Not 210, 140. I tested it 3 days in a row because I didn't believe it. After 3 months, her A1C had come down from 8.2% to 7.5%. She told me something I think about often. I thought I was in a battle I could never win. And it turns out part of the answer was sitting in my refrigerator the whole time. That's what I want for you too. Not a complicated plan, not expensive supplements, just the right information applied consistently starting tomorrow morning. This video is for educational purposes only. Please always speak with your own doctor before making any changes to your diet or medication. Every person is different, and your doctor knows your specific situation best. If this helped you see eggs differently today, subscribe to this channel. Every week, I share information exactly like this. Practical, simple, and designed specifically for people who want real answers about their health. Like the video if it helped, share it with someone you care about who might need to hear this. And tell me in the comments, what is the one change you're going to make first? See you in the next one.